All right, Arsh, in the realm of family discussions, what do you have for We the People this week?
Friendship conflicts and how to handle them.
Okay.
And your question for all the creatures of the universe?
It's a banger, Irish.
All right.
How often will my kid get stuck in the washing machine?
How deep? Wow.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Hello, Miss Most Awesome.
Hello.
How be ye?
Meh.
Meh.
You?
We're both battling something, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think I feel better than you do today. Mostly I'm
Yeah.
just tired. So what do you think? You're going to be able to soldier on here?
Yeah, probably.
You know, pull it all together,
Yeah, definitely.
armor up, get your Kevlar on, seatbelt,
sure.
helmet.
Yeah.
All right, then. Proceed.
All right. Our topic of the day is how to handle friendship fallouts and friendship difficulties. Something I'm a pro at. I'm a dog at this.
Wow. Yes, the question is conflicts in friendships.
Yes.
You wish to investigate this.
Yeah, there's no direct way on how to handle a conflict in a friendship because it is truly one of the hardest things, especially when it's a really close friend, because it's the worst feeling. Like, you go from seeing that person every single day and calling and messaging to not speaking. It's a difficult thing to handle. It's a difficult thing to get over. And it's a hard thing to give advice for just because it's one of those things where it's like, normally your advice would be hang out with somebody you like being with. That would be something that a lot of people would say to you if you were looking for advice. Mm-hmm. But if the person that you would go to is the person you're having trouble with, it's a difficult intersection right there, because what do you do in that scenario?
You know some advice I can give you?
What?
No friendship problem can be solved with an uppercut.
Oh my.
That's true.
Yeah, that's also a really good way to end the
You
friendship
can end,
for good.
but that's not the question. Isn't about ending a friendship. There's multiple ways to end a friendship.
If Sophie and I were having difficulties and she pulled up to the house and uppercutted me, I think I would end the friendship.
Well, there's
Depends
no
on
question.
what we did, but
I didn't think we had to continue that line of reasoning.
you shouldn't have said it then.
I know. I was just trying to lighten things up, Irish.
Oh, okay.
Just injecting some comedy there. Some violent comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you should just, to get over a friendship fallout or a friendship difficulty, talk to the person. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I think the worst thing you could do in a situation like that is continue to not talk. Even if you don't want to be their friend anymore, it's good to get kind of a clarification on what went wrong, like what happened.
Yeah.
And maybe the person just was having a bad day.
Well,
they want to
often that's
apologize.
probably the case.
Exactly.
I think tell the truth, man. That's always that's my actual legit advice.
If
Tell the truth.
person said something to you that hurt you and made you feel like you didn't want to be their friend in that situation, it often doesn't stay that way. And that's why the truth, it's good to tell them that you didn't, what they said or what they did, what you didn't like. Like, it made you feel weird.
I feel like conflicts in friendships are good because they give you a measurement of what the friendship actually is. Like, if it's a true friendship, you'll survive conflicts.
Yeah, for sure you will.
And if it's not, then you won't. And oh well, you're just ending something that probably needs to be ended. What conflicts are there? There's conflicts like an imbalance in the relationship. Like if one person feels like the other one is doing more, that can be a thing, right?
Common one.
And so that, to me, you address that with just, again, the truth, right? You just say to somebody, listen, man, it seems like I'm the one that's always reaching out, or I'm the one that's always organizing things. And then, and sometimes that's how the friendship will be anyhow. One person's more introverted, the other one's more extroverted, perhaps. And so one is more likely to be arranging activities. I mean, some things aren't in imbalance then. I guess then they're in balance.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think that if a friendship isn't meant to be, it will end eventually for good. is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a friendship and you're super close with that person, you guys hang out every day and that's your best friend, and you guys get into a little argument, if you guys are truly good friends, it will be handled.
Yeah.
It will be dealt with. It just will be. That's just how it is. But
it's tragic, right? It's tragic for especially for kids. Adults have grown somewhat inured to it, and they've had experience with dealing with the comings and goings of friends. But for a kid like your age, it's a big deal. For a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, a 15-year-old, it's a big deal to lose a friend or to have a beef with a friend that can't be resolved. It's
exactly, it is,
man.
yeah. But I definitely have to, that's my best piece of advice from having friendship fallouts and losing friends over the years, is that if the friendship isn't meant to be, it won't be fixed. Because it just won't be.
So how do you determine that, I guess, would be the question, right? How do you determine if it's something that's unfixable or fixable?
If you guys keep trying to fix it and every single time that you guys go back to each other, it doesn't end well. It's best to just end the friendship.
I agree with you, but we're trying to generate some ideas for determining whether it's a conflict that can be resolved or not. That's why, like I brought up,
by talking to the person.
One is an imbalance in the relationship, right? Like you one person feels like they're contributing more. There's more out than in. It's not really an even give and take.
Yeah.
So you can talk about that. I mean, that one I don't think can be resolved, because if that ends up being how you feel, there's no amount of talking is going to fix that. Now you're asking the person to be somebody else. That's a problem. If you're asking somebody to be somebody else, you're probably not going to be able to resolve a conflict in a friendship, in any relationship. If what it requires for the conflict to be resolved is that somebody becomes somebody else, you should probably move on.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Changes is a big one.
Yeah.
That creates
relationships,
conflict.
Often that can cause ripples in a friendship. It just does, because
definitely. That's a huge one.
Your focus was both on each other, and then one friend gets into a relationship, and then, you're not hanging out as much. But that's the thing, though. If your friendship is strong, you shouldn't need to hang out with each other every day and, see each other every other day and call every night. That's not really a strong friendship.
That brings up a good point, though, because that's not really a conflict. That's just life. So it's life creating something that conflicts with your relationship, but it's not really a beef between the two of you. Mm-hmm. It's just what happens. Yeah. As you get older, that's Irish. That's the biggest reason why friendships wane, why they disappear, is somebody gets into a relationship, life changes, you start having kids, or you move somewhere else, or that person, you have new friends with that person. That it's a huge thing that changes friendships. And some survive through them, and the ones that survive, like you're saying, they're the ones that are real friendships, the ones that survive these humongous changes. And a relationship, one of the friends getting into a relationship, for sure, that's huge. That's definitely huge. So that one's easy. All you can do is support the person and recognize that, well, you're going to be less of the focus now.
Right. Friendships are tricky things, because
hugely tricky.
They're such a big part of your life, and they're a meaningful part of your life that, some people need to go through life. They need friends at all times.
I think everybody can use a good friend or two.
Yeah. So when a friendship ends or a friendship gets into conflict, it's the worst. It can be worse than a breakup.
Oh, it can easily be way worse.
That's your other half.
Yeah,
that's the person that you do everything with, and then for it to just end is not a good feeling at all.
No, because it's unlike a romantic relationship. It's not based on any one thing. It's based on everything.
Yeah.
And it takes away the one thing that can cause real conflict, which is physical intimacy. It removes that, and then it leaves everything else, which it leaves more room for everything else to breathe. I think a real true friendship can be one of the most powerful relationships you have. I mean, that's why ideally, this is a trope, but it's true. Ideally, your partner
is your best friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the thing is, in a friendship, you know everything about each other. Like, you know everything about each other. You call each other, tell you what, you know, oh, I'm going out to do this tonight. And, like, you just know everything about each other. And so for something like that to end, where you guys are, you guys know everything
brutal.
about each other, and for it to end randomly or, you know, suddenly is...
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah,
brutal. But getting back to the conflicts in a friendship, so another one would be boundaries. Like if a friend crosses boundaries, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's one that we all have come across where you're like, whoa, buddy.
Especially as kids, because kids have such different personalities. Especially, it's very noticeable when you're kids. Like, everybody's so different because they haven't learned to fit in yet, so they're just different. And in a friendship, you really show your friends, like, what your boundaries are. And often as kids, because you're little kids, you cross those boundaries. Maybe even without knowing, but it happens. So definitely, that's a very big one.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, I definitely ended a couple friendships over that, I have to say.
I think the only way you can handle that kind of a conflict in a friendship, boundary crossing, is... Personally, I think the only way you can handle it is to immediately address it.
Yeah.
Like right in that moment, don't wait till later. Assume that everybody's a dog. And if you got to tell them right away what they did wrong that you didn't like, otherwise they'll forget they even did it. Like that has to be addressed right away. Please don't do that again. No. And if the person can't stop doing that, well, then there's your answer. I mean, then you know that they don't value your boundaries enough, and never are going to, man. People who cross boundaries I think it's a weird one, because you can do it accidentally, but man.
But some people, it's purposeful sometimes.
I feel like even accidentally is a bit greasy, because, you know, boundaries are the things that you kind of sneak up on. And especially if you're in a real friendship, it's bit by bit. You're learning a bit more about the person, a bit more. And, and you know, like you can see, oh, okay, I'm bumping up against something there. And you reel it in. So to cross that line, I mean, accidentally, I guess you could cross it, but most of the time you're not crossing it accidentally. No. You're crossing on purpose. You're getting into frat boy territory.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, and that's a different kind of a friendship, that one that's based on, you know, vaguely abusing each other.
Yeah, it really is. But there's a difference between vaguely abusing each other and then being, like, jokingly. Like, your friendship is just jokingly, like, you smack each other every once in a while. Like,
whoa.
Oh, and no, any teenage girl can say that they've had at least one friendship in their lives where they might, you know, push each other, but it's not like a mean thing. It's like a very loving.
We're gonna get a reputation
don't cancel
here.
Me.
Uppercut slaps.
Don't cancel me.
We're
bro.
actually gentle people. We're gentle folk. Yeah, right. We're not that gentle.
Come on.
we're gentle-ish.
Dude, you put me in jiu-jitsu at 5 years old. Are you joking?
We're gentle adjacent. Well, that was so you could learn to defend yourself against all of the...
You put the scrappiest kid you know in jiu-jitsu at 5.
All the heathens.
Buddy. Come on.
All right.
I'm not that gentle.
You're pretty gentle. Magical Savage. That's one of my nicknames for you, Magical Savage. I guess that doesn't sound as sweet and gentle as you would like. Another thing would be, you already touched on it, would be the relationships. But in this case, not so much a hardcore relationship as the third wheel or the fifth wheel thing. That happens a lot, especially amongst kids. But it happens with adults too. Yeah,
my advice to any teenage girl group out there, never put yourself into a trio. That will be the downfall of all of you for about a solid 3 months. No, a whole school year. If you're in school and you get yourself into a trio... That's probably about the worst thing you can do to yourself.
It's rough even as an adult, man. It's a hard one to pull off. It's easier as an adult because you're all aware of it, I think. Well,
the thing is, no matter what you do, there will always be two. And whether it switches around, there will always be two that hang out without you or vice versa, and that you guys all talk about each other.
Yeah, that's a tricky one for sure.
Whether you're a good person, whether you're a bad person, you all talk about each other.
So what do you do there then? What's the...
Separate yourselves. Don't put yourself into the trio. Don't say, oh, I'm a part of the trio. You can hang out with them separately, but don't put yourself into a trio.
So you're
advice I can give you.
You're full on saying no trios.
Do not put yourself into a trio unless you are.
So you're not talking
preying
about
on your
like
own
once in a
downfall.
while you go to the mall when there's 3 of you because that's how it
Yeah,
ended
I'm not
up.
talking about that. I'm talking about full-on trio.
You're saying like don't have some bestie handshake with 3 people in a group.
Yeah.
So secret handshakes can only be amongst 2 people, is what you're saying?
Yes.
I mean, that's probably good advice, but there's going to be times where that doesn't happen. So if you do find yourself, then there's really not much you can do other than make sure everybody is respectful of the fact that there's 3 people involved.
Yeah.
You can't just be focusing on one other person when there's another one there. It's definitely tricky business. So your advice in this kind of a conflict is to simply not put yourself in the position where it might arise.
Yeah, exactly. No trio, no problem.
Crafty Irish.
Yeah, it is. This is coming from a G, by the way. I've been through like 6 trios.
Okay, there. You're calling
and
yourself
let me just tell you, not one of them lasted.
Oh my
not
God.
a single one.
You culture appropriators, man. There's just a whole.
What?
Yes. Yes, all of you with your little middle class gangster wannabes. Yo, man, yo. I'm a G.
I don't say yo.
What, you just called yourself a G?
Yeah.
Oh my.
What's wrong with that?
Oh,
I'm a G.
you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm Big Dog G.
Oh my God, you're 100 pounds of suburban.
106.
And another one would be gaps in communication. I think that especially for you guys, and adults too, I think find this problem too. I don't actually think it changes that much from 14 to 50 or 40.
Yeah, but the internet changes it though.
Well, that's the big one for you guys is the whole like response times, right? You text somebody and they didn't respond, they're ghosting me. This is that's a thing though. That's a conflict. There's people who are right on it. You text them, they text you back, and there's people who they'll text 2 days later, and that's just their style.
Yeah.
So what do you do there? If you're not happy with somebody's response time, do you beak at them?
I don't think that's something to end a friendship over. You know, some people are...
Dude, what is with you in the ending? We're talking about conflict resolution here, man. You're going right to like, you're done, buddy, out the door.
It's definitely... I think it's something that you should express because I think if you don't like something, you should express it. I think that goes for everything. But it's one of those things where it's like maybe they're just not on their phone that often.
Yeah.
You know, like...
It's a big deal to some people,
maybe
though, isn't
they'll
it?
only answer calls. Call them then. If they're not answering, you give them a call. Like...
Whoa there, weirdo. Nobody makes phone calls in 2026.
Yes,
what
they do.
Kind of a creep show are you?
Phone calls are coming back.
Oh.
Phone calls are back in
They should
style.
actually come back. Texting is such a goofy way to communicate anything that means anything.
Oh, I know. But we're
So what
G's
are we
at
doing
this.
here, Iris? What are we saying? Conflict? What? You look all proud of yourself there. What did you say?
You'll just have to listen when you edit.
Dude. I scout.
Okay.
A scout.
So, friendship conflicts.
Yeah, so what are we concluding here? I think, we got to talk. You got to talk about it.
Yeah,
you got to
exactly.
bring it up.
Express yourself.
Bring it up right away.
Yeah.
If there's something that bugs you, bring it up right away. Address it. See if you can figure out a way around it. See if the behavior is repeated. And it goes the same for if you're the one on the receiving end. Like if your buddy's telling you something, hey man, I don't like it when you do this, you have to decide if it's worth doing that to maintain a friendship. And if it's not, if you need to keep flicking them in the forehead, then perhaps you should do them the courtesy of ending
Find
the
yourself a
relationship.
friend that lets you.
Yeah, find somebody that's all right with your annoying behavior.
All right. Now we have something that I'm very excited
Internet
for.
weirdness.
A new little ending to our podcast, to the pod. We have
The pod.
I feel like one of those, those podcasts where it's like middle-aged men on steroids who sit in a room and have the foulest opinions. If you have a roommate in 2026, you're gay. I just have to say, that's the kind of guy.
You've seen a podcast like that?
Yes, some of their opinions, their takes are so crazy.
Dude.
Genuinely, how are you thinking like that?
It's the internet. It's
I
full
saw
of
a video,
insanity, man.
and it was a guy, and he was like, if you're a man in 2026 and you're making under 100,000 per month, What are you doing with your life?
Yeah. Okay, buddy. I guarantee you that dude is not making anywhere near $100K a month.
No.
I bet he's no. My guess is he probably doesn't even have a job.
No, his job's probably doing that on the internet.
Yeah. Maybe he writes down 100,000 on a piece of paper
At the end of every month.
at the end of every day.
Yeah.
Just to keep himself pumped up.
Yeah,
No, exactly. Whatever, man. Okay, player.
All right, so.
Yeah, weird things, weird questions.
Yeah, from the internet.
Yeah.
So, last Tuesday.
Parent questions.
Yes,
Or
I looked
child
up
questions.
what were the top 10 most searched questions from parents this week on the internet. Around number 5 was, how often will my kid get stuck in the washing machine?
Yeah, that's.
Pardon?
Yeah, just the question
Pardon
itself is like, really? So this is your kid's done this multiple times. You're wondering if it's normal?
Like, no.
And
Did I ever get stuck in the washing
machine? No. How could you? Why would you get stuck in a washing machine?
Zero.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe you're a kid who loves caves. You're going to be a cave or a spelunker when you grow up, or you're going to be a tunnel
cave
rat.
diver?
I don't know.
Yeah, your kid's gonna grow up to be one of those people
Maybe.
filming themselves cave diving in the cave called the Devil's Conjunction.
But really?
Yeah.
The Devil's
That's
Conjunction?
what those caves are called. I promise you, they have the craziest names.
There's some people stuck in Thailand again.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They go into these caves and then they get stuck when
God.
there's floods. That's crazy, man.
Like, why?
I don't know.
Why
I'm not
do you
going
put yourselves in those situations?
I don't know.
And the cave is always named something insane.
But back to this one, man. Like, the question itself, like, how often will your kid get stuck in the washing machine? Really? Like that
Never.
the framing of the question. Like,
I
if
would
it was, how do you prevent your kid from getting stuck in a washing machine?
Yeah.
Is it normal for your kid to get stuck in a washing? But it's how many times it's like, wow, really? Your kid just keeps going back to the washing machine. And
When is it not normal? When does it stop being normal?
first time? No,
Yeah.
no, okay, fair enough. Not the first time. The third time.
The third time?
Yeah, I'll
The
give
second.
you. No, I'll give you the first 2 times. The kid does it the first time because they're curious and they don't mind dark spaces. Fair enough, man. And then the kid does it the second time because they're like, that got to rise out of dad or that got to rise out of mom. But the third time, it's like, all right, now your kid's tipping over into Nutterville, man.
He's been tipping over.
We have to
second
be
one.
careful. There might be rambunctious, beautiful kids that just love the washing machine, you know?
You're a freak. Get yourself out of that washing machine.
All kidding aside, though, holy crap, the danger involved, right?
Oh
like
my
the
God,
horror
yeah.
of the kid. There's no oxygen in there. The kid gets in there, shuts the door, click. It's not getting open from the inside.
No.
I wonder if they've, you know what? I wonder if they've,
There's probably childproof ones.
no, I wonder if they've put some kind of a button in there or something.
Right, that's what I mean by like, so that if your kid gets stuck.
Your kid's a big enough dolt to get in the dryer and shut the door, but all of a sudden, once he gets in there in the dark, he's a super genius who can feel his way around for the escape button. Nah,
Yeah.
No, man.
Dad, not the dryer, the washing machine.
Washing machine.
Difference.
Yeah, I mean,
No kid would get themselves stuck in a dryer. Come on.
What are you talking about? What's the difference? Front load dryer?
Dad, the question is how often will my kid get stuck in the washing machine, not the dryer?
But they're both just as bad.
If the question
Actually,
was
no,
dryer, it would be
washing
dryer.
machine's worse because they're usually top load, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're top load. That's even worse.
How is your kid doing that? Get your
You
kid
gotta
on
climb up there and then get stuck in it. Yeah, wow.
Get your kid on the Ninja Warriors.
I mean,
Seriously.
You know, the internet, man, what a place. And humans, what a concept, humans.
When
man.
I read the question, I thought of the episode from Barbie Life in the Dream House where she's running around her giant house and she jumps, the camera from her closet is going crazy and locking down the whole house. And they find themselves in Barbie's giant washing machine. It's like the size of this house. And they're running around in it like hamsters. That's how I picture it. Like a toddler doing laps in the washing machine.
You could look at it in a positive light. Your kid may end up being quite the adventurer, you know. Or they could end up still be sitting in the washing machine when they're 35. That's entirely possible too. All right, Miss Kajang.
All right.
Episode the 81st.
I beat you to it.
Oh, your victory is yours, man.
Yep.
You should definitely be throwing a parade. We need,
I know.
Yeah. You know, you get to have whatever you want for dinner. You got to
Really?
say it for no. Unless
Why?
you're making dinner. Are you making dinner?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Irish, I love you very much.
I love you too.
And, you know, this, that, and the other next week.
Yep. See you then.